Let's dive into a future that is, well, frankly, terrifying. A future where the very ground beneath our feet, the buildings we call home, they're not symbols of permanence anymore. No, they're an active, crumbling threat. A world where our cities are literally trying to kill us.
So let me ask you something to really set the stage. What if your home, your office, that bridge you drive over every single day, what if it had a heartbeat, and you knew that heartbeat was about to stop? That's the daily reality in what this story calls the post-crumbling epoch, an era defined by this brand new, hostile relationship between us and the world we built.
So how did this happen? How did our greatest accomplishments become our biggest weaknesses? Well, it all kicked off with a plague. But this wasn't a plague that attacks people. Oh no, this one attacks our very foundations.
Meet the microscopic bad guy of our story, Petromenex veracis. Now that might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a microbe with a very specific and very devastating appetite. It literally eats the chemical bonds that hold concrete together. You heard me, it dines on the modern world.
And here's the truly scary part, how simple the whole process is. First, the microbe gets into the structure. Then it just starts munching away on those crucial chemical bonds. This actually reverses the curing process, turning solid, dependable concrete back into what's basically just useless, brittle gravel. And the final step? You guessed it, catastrophic, total collapse.
Okay, so you're facing a planet-wide crisis. Your cities are literally turning into dust. What do you do? Well, humanity needed a solution, and the one it came up with was, well, it was nothing short of genius. See, we couldn't stop the decay, so we learned to listen to it.
And the key to this whole planetary defense system, it wasn't some new exotic technology. It was actually something we were all already carrying around with us every single day.
We repurposed the accelerometers inside our everyday devices, our phones, our watches, you name it. By networking millions and then billions of these tiny sensors, we created a single, massive, planet-sized sensor grid. Every single person became a listening post in the war against gravity.
This system was called the Distributed Resonance Monitoring Network, or DRMN for short, but most people just called it the seismic protocol. The way it works is, it creates a unique resonance fingerprint for every single structure. Think of it like a building's unique hum. And the network is just constantly listening for any changes, any tiny vibration that's out of place, any signal that a collapse is on its way.
But, you know, there's always a catch. This incredible technological fix came with a price. It completely reshaped society, and it created this new, deeply anxious reality where your entire life was governed by a single, constantly changing number.
And this is that number, the one that rules everything, the Structural Integrity Score, or SIS. It's displayed everywhere, on public screens, on your phone. Every building, every bridge, every overpass has one, and it's updated in real time. It's not just a number, it's a measure of safety, a predictor of doom, and it's the most important number in your life.
And this score dictates your whole world. A building with a high SIS, it's safe, it's valuable, it's where you want to be. But a building with a low score, that's a whole different story. It gets labeled a decay zone. Access is restricted, its value is 0. Your address and its score literally defines your status, your safety, your entire future.
I mean, can you even imagine living like that? This constant monitoring created this totally unique psychological state, what the source material calls a collective structural anxiety. Think about it. Could you ever really truly relax? You've basically handed over your most primal sense of security to the silent, constant hum of a network, just trusting an algorithm to warn you before your world literally crashes down around you.
And this all leads us to the central, kind of bizarre paradox of the Decay Age. In order to survive the collapse of their world, humanity had to get into this really strange, really intimate relationship with decay itself. It's like the entire human race effectively became one single, giant sensory organ, one massive ear pressed up against the crumbling foundations of civilization, just listening for the next groan, the next crack.
There's this one haunting line from the text that just sticks with you, right? A civilization in symbiosis with its own decay. It just captures the whole paradox perfectly. They weren't fighting the collapse anymore. They were living with it, using its rhythm to choreograph their own survival.
And so, this is the new normal, a brand new definition of safety. See, it's not the absence of danger, not at all. Instead, safety is only possible because of the constant, technologically tracked awareness of just how close the danger is.
We're only safe because we know, at any given moment, exactly how unsafe we are.
Which leaves us with a really critical question, doesn't it? The seismic protocol, it's a brilliant solution to an existential threat. I mean, it saves lives. But when we build these incredible systems to save us from the world we created, what part of ourselves, our intuition, our freedom, our peace of mind, what do we trade away? What is the true price of listening to the decay?